A Case Study, Meet Andrew, by Carissa Bailey. Andrew is a 10-year-old boy in the 5th grade. Andrew comes from a low-income family. He lives at home with his mom, younger sister, and stepdad. Andrew is just like an average 10-year-old boy. He loves playing video games, computer games, building with Legos, participating in sports, and making arts and crafts. Andrew is funny, caring, and compassionate. He is very athletic and shows good sportsmanship. When Andrew was just 4 years old, he was diagnosed with oppositional defiant disorder, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, and emotional behavior disorder. Andrew attends SS Elementary School. SS Elementary School has 300 students from various backgrounds, including 5 ELL students. There are 2 classrooms per grade level with 3 self-contained classrooms. SS Elementary is a home-based school for students housed at Craft, which is part of the Lifespan Psychiatric Children's Hospital. There is a school psychologist and social worker available each day. Andrew is part of the Brain-Based Therapeutic Intervention Program. The Brain-Based Therapeutic Intervention Program provides children who have moderate to severe self-control and self-regulation problems due to emotional, behavioral, social, and academic development deficits an opportunity to grow and develop in a highly supported school treatment environment. The brain-based model uses credits to recognize when a student followed routines, exhibits positive behavior, and social interactions. Credits are earned for choice activities. The green zone allows for continuous feedback and gives the student the opportunity to improve their behaviors by moving up and down through the different colored zones with the goal of staying in green. The students are encouraged to utilize restorative breaks, either brain or movement, to reset their minds when they are feeling upset, angry, discouraged, or overwhelmed. Andrew is in the 5th grade class, which also has 3rd and 4th grade students. There are 9 students with IEPs. There is 1 head teacher, 2 paraprofessionals, and 3 behavior specialists who float between the 2 brain-based classrooms. Problem statement. Andrew has a difficult time transitioning throughout various parts of his day. When entering the classroom, Andrew is frequently disruptive, inappropriate with his peers, and has a difficult time being redirected. Andrew will frequently enter the classroom hyped up and shouting at staff and peers. Andrew is redirected to sit quietly at his seat and follow his routines multiple times but does not comply. During his transitions, it is difficult for Andrew to comply with staff redirections. Andrew is offered brain breaks outside of the classroom to help settle his body and oftentimes refuses to take them. Andrew demonstrates difficulty transitioning, redirections, and peer interactions. Research question. What modifications using principles of positive behavioral interventions and support and universal design of learning can be implemented to encourage Andrew to transition successfully, follow redirections, and appropriately interact with his peers? Hypothesis. Using principles of positive behavioral interventions and support and modifications to transitions, such as incorporating scheduled breaks during transition times, may decrease the amount of times Andrew has difficulty transitioning. Also, a reward system may be put into place for positive peer interactions and following redirections from staff. In order to minimize negative peer interactions, a petition could be set up around his desk, eliminating any reactions from peers that may encourage his negative behaviors. After observing Andrew, I noticed his targeted behaviors were disruptive during transition in class activities, disrespectful towards staff and peers, and non-compliant towards staff directions and routines. Out of the 25 days I observed Andrew and recorded data, he exhibited these behaviors 23 out of the 25 days. This chart shows the frequency of his targeted behaviors each day. There are only 2 days in the 25 days I observed that he didn't exhibit any behaviors. This pie chart is the percentage of targeted behaviors versus other behaviors. Throwing objects and aggression were only 7% and 8% of total behaviors exhibited. with disruption, non-compliance, and inappropriateness towards peers taking over the larger percentage. Andrew's replacement behaviors are: appropriately transition between tasks. He will raise his hand when he needs something or has a question. He will be kind and respectful to staff and peers, and he will follow his classroom routines and comply with staff directions. Andrew's measurable goals will be appropriately transition between tasks 3 out of 5 days a week. He will raise his hand when he needs something or has a question successfully 3 to 5 days a week. He will be kind and respectful to staff and peers 3 out of the 5 days a week. He will follow classroom routines and comply with staff directions 3 out of 5 days a week. Some environmental modifications that will be implemented will be a petition that will be used to minimize peer interaction during activities. Andrew will also be offered noise-canceling headphones to minimize distractions. A visual schedule will be put up in clear view of Andrew's desk. He will also have a visual schedule on a clipboard that he will take with him. Andrew will have access to a visual timer to prepare him for transitions. Andrew will have access to restorative breaks whenever needed. A teacher or staff will announce time and intervals. 5 minutes left, 2 minutes left, 1 minute left. Staff will provide visual routines for each activity, with the routine for that activity also on the projector. Staff will provide clear expectations for each activity, and they will provide positive and fluid reinforcement throughout the day. In order to encourage his replacement behaviors, frequent verbal praise, which clearly describes the positive behaviors he has accomplished. There will be credits toward choice activities that he can earn to support positive behaviors. The use of the Green Zone Board to promote positive choices and give continuous feedback, and also a kindness board to earn incentives. For every act of kindness Andrew exhibits, he will earn 1 square. When he earns 5, he will have choice activity with a friend for 15 minutes. In order to motivate positive behaviors, credits towards choice activity for following routines, making good choices, and ignoring behaviors around him will be earned. Extra credits towards choice activity for successful transitions and when successfully taking a break when asked or when recognizing he needs a break. Positive behaviors is a move up in the green zone, while negative behaviors is a move down. This offers continuous feedback throughout the day. When Andrew is exhibiting early onset behaviors, a teacher will scaffold him to follow his routines or to make a better choice. He will then be moved down in the green zone board with the opportunity to move up with a positive behavior. Andrew will also be offered think time when he is visibly upset. When his behaviors escalate, warning of consequences will prevent misbehavior from escalating further. A warning of think time for disruptive behaviors such as refusing to follow directions. A teacher will redirect attention of the class and reinforce other children for appropriate behaviors this time. If Andrew is unable or unwilling to take a 5-minute think time in the class, the teacher will ask for assistance in taking him to do his think time outside. And in order to monitor Andrew's progress, there will be a behavior sheet that's filled out each day. His targeted and replacement behaviors will be listed, and a tally mark will be put down for each time one is exhibited. Andrew will also have a self-monitor checklist to keep track of his home behaviors. The data from credit sheets will be collected each day. It will be noticed how many credits he earned, how many extra credits he had, and the color he ended up in during the credit check time. After each instructional period, Andrew will meet with his teacher and rate his behaviors throughout that period. All the data will be collected and observed weekly. If progress is improving, there'll be no need to revisit. If it's not improving, they'll revisit and revise his plan accordingly.